The world should have a non-governmental currency that's online that can reach anywhere on the planet.
The power of leveraging that by everyone else in the ecosystem is so huge. Maybe there's a little bit of an underinvestment in this space at this moment. But I do think, if we can solve that, and I don't know if that's a prediction, but if we want tokenization to work, then the prediction is identity has to be figured out. So then,
but also just making sure that payments happen instantly. And so we built a cross-border payment product that leverages XRP and the XRP ledger to be able to do that for our customers. And we provide a single API that allows. What's really exciting is that a lot of our bank customers on the custody side, such as HSBC and SocGen, they're actually thinking about leveraging tokenization at the core of their growth plan.
But we're bothered by some of the aspects of it that we continue to see today, the enormous use of energy it takes to validate transactions. So we thought we could build a better Bitcoin. That was sort of what inspired that team early on.
Things like that just keep happening, and it's I don't know when it'll be, but at some point we'll kind of like cross over where that's not such a big deal anymore, and where people are more established. And the MoneyGram thing is like huge in that respect because they obviously have dealt with this for years, right? So.
Entire crew is go. Enjoy the ride, pal.
You got a baggie? Welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest up. We got Joshua Bowers in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, buckle up, because the future's extra. Bullish. Go ahead and throw that XRP in the bag. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.42 trillion, down about almost 3% in the past 24. We got XRP currently right around 50 cents, 2 for $1. Stellar XLM right around 9 cents. We got BTC right around 68, 69K, ETH right around 25 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around 0.013, Axelar right around 68 cents, XDC 0.027, Songbird 0058. We got a quick special announcement that popped things off Expector. As you may know, the Expector Avatar version 1s are still being minted on bids on XRPL. XRP bags Rich Duck NFT holders are now eligible for a free mint. Shout out to Expector for the Whitelist Avatar mint for the Rich Duck holders. 1 NFT per holder. Links will be down below. Bids.com for the Expector Avatar Rich Duck Whitelist mint. Also, if you're new to the ecosystem and hold any of our NFTs, check out richducks.club. We still got about 11, 12 more airdrops to go. Airdrops go out the first of every month. Hit richducks.club, sign in with your Zalman wallet, hit the NFT staking tab here, and then select the NFT collection that you would like to stake. Hit soft stake on all the NFTs you want soft stake, and be on the lookout for the next airdrop happening end of November, beginning of December 1st. We got James K. file on the pop off. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals has entered an order that the SEC brief must be filed on or before January 15th, 2025. Meanwhile, Cointelegraph Justin 21 shares files for an XRP ETF with the SEC. TikTok. We got one from Crypto Eddie. City Visa conversation. We're far from the global adoption with interoperability, standardization, and regulation. DID, digital identity component, which many, including the XRPO ecosystem, have started to tackle, will be the key for this in the space to achieve mass adoption.
So this is a question that we're asking all of our guests on our mini-series, The Future of Networks. What is your boldest prediction for the future of digital assets? Far out there, can be, as wild as you think.
That's probably the hardest question of all the questions. I think, you mentioned about the digital identity. I think that needs to happen and need to happen on a very large scale. I don't know what it looks like because I'm actually not the expert in digital identity per se. But, as we're dealing so much in the payments ecosystem and looking at tokenization, that's actually one of the biggest hurdle or challenge that I don't think the industry collectively has solved. Maybe because the fact that digital identity is almost like a public good, because if you can solve it by one entity, the power of leveraging that by everyone else in the ecosystem is so huge. Maybe there's a little bit of an underinvestment in this space at this moment. But I do think, if we can solve that, and I don't know if that's a prediction, but if we want tokenization to work, then the prediction is identity has to be figured out. So then, whether it's participating on a public blockchain or on a permissioned, you have some sort of common identifier that, passing through the KYC compliance checks and stuff like that, that will make, I think, the regulated entities a lot comfortable, open to the idea of, say, participating on the public blockchains as well as on permissioned ones.
So you heard it here first on Digital Dispatch from Catherine. Digital identity, digital assets in one wallet will really streamline financial services. So as always, pleasure catching up. We really appreciate your
The digital identity component, which many, including the XRP ledger ecosystem, have started to tackle, will be the key for this space to achieve mass adoption. We also have the recent DID amendment go live October 30th on the XRP ledger. Welcome to the mass adoption of the XRP ledger. We got the Digital Pound Foundation. Europe's MiCA regulation introduces new banking requirements for stablecoin issuers of 60% reserves now held in an EU bank. Tether CEO warns this could increase systematic risk of crypto if banks face issues. Is the crypto sector ready for MiCA's impact? We got Mr. Man XRP Money 2020 revealed some nuggets. Ripple is opening an office near the BIS in Switzerland, the home of big money. Ripple plans to expand in the EU, UK. MiCA EU regulations are implemented December 30th, 2024. Majority of their customers are in the EU, UK, and or APAC.
It's really great to be invited by the BCB group to talk about interoperability at Money 2020. So as we know, interoperability is the seamless exchange of data and functionality between two different systems. And actually interoperability is going to play a really key and pivotal role in the kind of success of blockchain. What we need to make sure is that when we're thinking about building kind of new blockchain products and services, that these systems talk to one another. Otherwise, we end up in a situation where there's fragmented liquidity. But it's not just from a technology perspective that we need to be thinking about this. From a regulatory perspective as well, we want to make sure that regulators around the world are communicating with each other so that we're not creating regulation in silos. And, from a customer perspective, it's been really great to see how Ripple have been taking interoperability really seriously. We know that our customers want to be able to send cross-border payments fast, cheap, and just essentially they get delivered with certainty. And, combining old systems with new systems such as blockchain and being able to do that in a seamless customer experience is really important for our customers and just the broader industry more generally. I've been at Ripple now for 7 years. We started, the company's been going now for over 12 years. And, originally we started out by building a payment product, really solving for the pain points around being able to deliver payments with certainty, at a cost efficiency in mind, but also just making sure that payments happen instantly. And so we built a cross-border payment product that leverages XRP and the XRP ledger to be able to do that for our customers. And we provide a single API that allows financial fintech companies to be able to do that, to send cross-border payments instantly. Now we're starting to expand our products and services. So we're now very much focused on building an end-to-end platform for banks, financial institutions to build a digital asset business. Last year, we announced our acquisition of Metaco for $250 million. And custody is a really key piece of infrastructure when you want to build on digital assets. And so, what we're seeing is Ripple are starting to expand into other products and services like tokenization, liquidity, to really provide that end-to-end life cycle from a product perspective. What's really exciting is that a lot of our bank customers on the custody side, such as HSBC and SocGen, they're actually thinking about leveraging tokenization at the core of their growth plan. So we're expecting kind of more stories around custody and tokenization to really come out in the next few months.
And a single API, faster, cheaper, more efficient. Welcome to the internet of value. We got Subject Views, Chris Larson on the early days of Ripple and building a better Bitcoin. XRP Bitcoin.
Talking about recent innovations in payments. We're going to focus the conversation on payments, but I thought it'd be useful to kick us off. And Chris, I'll turn to you to just go back to the early days of XRP, Ripple. And I want to walk through a quick kind of evolution of thinking of how you thought about payments from those early days and how you're thinking about them now. And the two of you can tag team on that one. But over to you, Chris.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having us today. Sorry I can't be in person. Great to see you both. So yeah, this is 12 years since the earliest days of digital assets. Bitcoin had sort of been out there, but not well known at that time. I think they'd been trading for $1 at that time. But there was a group of very, very smart cryptographers who I got involved with, who saw the innovation of Bitcoin, were super excited about it because it was the first decentralized currency that we've ever had in the world. But we're bothered by some of the aspects of it that we continue to see today, the enormous use of energy it takes to validate transactions. So we thought we could build a better Bitcoin. That was sort of what inspired that team early on. I'd say going back to the earliest days, though, I think it was nothing more than the world should have a non-governmental currency that's online that can reach anywhere on the planet. I don't think it was where we are today, which is really targeting cross-border payments, for example, and payments in general. It was more of a broader idea that it would be a good thing for the world to have a non-governmental currency that wasn't controlled by anybody. And that's sort of where the broadest notion of the industry went, which I think is a very powerful thing. And of course, the foundation of everything else that comes from that.
Yeah, DAI. How was Jed McCaleb not included in the Ripple lawsuit and allowed to sell huge amounts of XRP during the suit? Jed McCaleb, co-founder of Stellar, asked after regulatory clarity, where do you see Stellar in 10 years?
Regulatory headwinds were kind of the reason why Stellar, it's taken so long to get to where it is, just regulation in the United States being such a headwind. If that gets ironed out, where do you see Stellar in 10 years from now?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of asked earlier, but
Yeah, I mean, it's not just in the US, it's like worldwide, right? And it's not the only reason, but it's one of the major reasons is we work with like on and off ramps all the time. And like often they're very excited about it. And then once they kind of get into the weeds and then they start to encounter the pushback from the governments and all the licenses they have to get and whatnot. And, even governments change their attitude. Like Nigeria at one point was fine, you could move money in and out. And then at some point they shut it all down. And that was, hugely detrimental, right? And so things like that just keep happening. And, it's, I don't know when it'll be, but at some point we'll kind of like cross over where that's not, such a big deal anymore and where people are more established. And, the MoneyGram thing is like huge in that respect because they obviously have dealt with this for years, right? So, so the second part was like what will look like after that?
Yeah, I mean, in 10 years, hopefully.
I mean, again, like from the beginning, we've been trying to build this global Venmo. Like that's what we want to see. So like, hopefully that is what transpires, right? Because that is, it sounds kind of simple, but it would be hugely impactful to be able to send money instantly in small amounts all over the world. So
we got XRP Drops 119-911, the Green Swan Conference by the Bank of International Settlements, November 9th, September 11th. Coming up next week, experts, central bank governors, private sector executives discuss the impact of climate change on the real economy at Green Swan Conference, co-organized with the NGFS. Save the date, November 9th, Green Swan. David Schwartz and Arthur Brittle co-created the XRP ledger. David Schwartz first code commit from 11/9/2011, 119-911. Green Swan. We got Smoke Dog October 2024 JP Morgan Global Market Strategy Report. We are bullish on digital assets into 2025. The bull run is here. The world's largest banks is officially putting the conviction behind crypto for the next year. Happy November 1st. Holy crap, y'all. This is bigger than you think. Granted, it's just the next step in launching XRP, but the momentum keeps building until regulation passes. Fedwire funds offline services retiring December 2024. We got Egrat Crypto, the bent fork macro ranging update, updated targets, macro perspective. Best case scenario, a bear market of XRP reaches $17. A typical bear market could bring it back to around $350 and 80% retracement. Consistent with historical drawdowns, closing above 350 isn't just a number. It's a critical level structurally. This could from XRP's next foundational zone where accumulation or ranging may resume. Altcoins, mustache. I told you yesterday the bottom is very close. I hope you're listening. It could be a little choppy into the US elections, but everything should be full send into the stratosphere after that, the latest, maybe earlier. So be prepared. And Dark Defender, as we said, BTC dominance was on top. Many mixed with the last post with BTC price, so check again. It is dominance. Every time BTC dominance plunges, XRP bullrun begins, like 2017, 2021. And we got the BTC dominance here. BTC plunges happened the year following the halving. July 2016 was the halving date, as you can see. March 2017, BTC plunges. May 2020 was the halving date in the 2020 cycle. As you can see here, January 2021, the plunge happens. And as you see here, diving into the chart, 2016 was the BTC halving date. The following year, BTC dominance plunges. Once again, 2020 was the halving year, May 2020. The next year, January 2021, BTC dominance begins to plunge. We go back to the 2016 halving date, June 2016, as you can see here, that March date. As BTC began to plunge, March 2017, XRP bullrun, 70,000% gains. So it began. And if we go back to the 2020 halving cycle, as you can see here, BTC began to plunge at the end of December, going into the new year, January 2021. If we take a look here, this is when XRP pretty much bottomed out because of the SEC case here at the end of December. And as you can see here, as BTC plunged, XRP hit the bottom as well, but then we rose another 1,000% going in to the new year, 2021. Once again, BTC halving date, April 2020, BTC dominance plunges. Next year, following the halving date, XRP 1,000%. Same thing in the 2016 halving cycle, as you can see here. 2016, 1 year later, March 2017, the XRP bull run once again began as the BTC dominance hit the low, 70,000% gains. Will history rhyme or repeat as it did in the previous halving cycles? A year later, when BTC dominance plunges, XRP begins to rise. April 2024 was the BTC halving date this cycle, which was signaled based on the previous halving cycles to look out for 2025. And if XRP was mimicking the 2016 cycle, that exact move would happen the first week of 2025. And if XRP was mimicking the 2020 cycle, the first move would be coming up first week, second week of November 2024. TikTok. With that being said, Batman Bag ladies, remember that they'll call you crazy until it happens again. And the longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP wish list. And the last one here, NASA says when to look up in November. Look out for Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and XRP. Where are those bags be when that regulations are molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Big bags. Later, glitches.
Welcome to the party. This a moon party. Hey, this a moon party. Hey, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. This a moon party. This a moon party. Welcome to the party, we don't play around here. Moon suit on her, you get sprayed.